Welcome to the Molybdenum Software Show. This seems like fun, I would love to have more participants. There is room, so please join us.
Yeah.
Here's an update on what's happened since we looked into what changes would live server have to make in order to satisfy this use case of the directory that is being served is a symlink to the actual directory being served, and the symlink keeps being swapped out with a different symlink to a different directory.
Yeah.
And my last message to you was something like, this doesn't even make sense. It's extraneous. Why would we watch the directory being served if we're already watching the source directory and reacting to changes in the source directory with rebuilding? We already have the trigger, and the trigger is not changes in the destination directory. It's the build, it's the rebuild finishing. That's when the browser should be reloaded.
Yeah. Yeah. That makes sense. Yes.
And with live server, as it is, so there is no project that I've found that supports this use case. I think such implementations exist, but they're like part and coupled with things such as tooling for web development frameworks or static site generators, the CLIs for those. For example, live server, if we could say, okay, whatever, we're watching the wrong thing, fine. Well, it doesn't even work because the link swap simply is not detected. So somehow the thing that reads the directory for the purpose of serving in live server, yes, it will read from the path that it was given. It does not, keep in memory the resolved path. No, the resolution is done on every request, so that works. But the file watching doesn't work, so you never get an automatic browser reload. This doesn't matter if you use polling. Polling doesn't work either.
Yes.
The only thing that actually works is placing your symlink in another directory, which means you are not serving the directory that you meant to serve. You're serving its parent directory, and therefore the base path is wrong. In that case, the base path will be wrong. So sure, you will be able to load pages, but the links between pages, they won't work. If you follow a link, the link will point to the wrong thing, because links can be absolute. And when the links are absolute, they will be wrong.
Yes.
unless you do another bundle specifically for development to work around this issue, where the base path is like some subdirectory.
Right.
A contribution to live server would be something like somehow support the link swapping use case explicitly, mind you, with some flag for that particular case.
Yeah.
Or alternatively, accept the live server. The live server process would accept a message, a WebSocket or IPC message from some other process that we would run after each build succeeds, that would then be forwarded to the browser to reload the page.
Mm-hmm.
And in that case, the entire mechanism of watching will be disabled. So live server will be simply, in that case, you might as well not use live server. And that's what I started doing. I didn't make any progress into the actual meat of it, but I made like a boilerplate project with flake parts. I gave it a name, and I thought a little bit about what that CLI would be, what it would do.
Right. Right. Before we go into that project, I just had a quick thought about live server polling, and I think that the poll argument to live server should, when given a symlink, it should just poll on the symlink and not follow the symlink to poll on the files or folders inside the symlink. So could it doesn't seem like the right behavior to me, so could potentially be a bug also.
You think it resolves and then polls whatever resolved?
Yes, I think it follows the symlink to only poll on things which are in, because the symlinks metadata clearly changes, the modified time changes. So and but the live polling still doesn't reload.
So you think
The
it's actually a simple change, an easy change?
I don't know yet, but it was just a thought. Um,
Shall we take a look at the implementation to see what polling? I think what happens is that polling is a feature of the same library that live server uses for non-polling. So that flag is simply passed on to
Right.
that library.
Yeah.
Therefore, like whatever change in behavior would be either change it in that library, which is not quite reasonable, or stop using that library and like implement some other polling, or use that library in some other way where you're actually watching the parent directory with polling, right? Like if you recognize that that is a symlink, you actually poll the parent directory, and that's kind of what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
It's not immediately clear to me what the change would be.
Yeah, because if you're polling, I would expect to poll what path I provide and not follow anything downstream, right? So I think that would be the correct behavior. But yeah.
Well, for what it's worth, another piece of this puzzle is that watching the served directory is only appropriate when there is no build process. When the file that you save in your editor is the file being served. Why is that? Because in a build process, you have saving one file can cause a change in multiple different files. And that can result in the browser reloading, and one and then the page that loads might have a link to load some other resource such as JavaScript or CSS, and it ends up loading the old resource, which a moment after the build process would have replaced. Right. I think that is to some degree mitigated by a feature that Live Server has, which is debounce. But that's a statistical mitigation, and it introduces a delay.
Okay. Yeah.
What do you think we should do?
We can work on the new project, the new flake that you've created. And maybe if we have time, we could take a look at the source of Live Server to see how polling works later.
Your call.
Yeah. No, let's start with the Flake project to manually reload the browser. Manually, as in using a tool, of course. Yeah.
Yes. Well, I would imagine that the browser will be reloaded in a more reliable manner, which would be using whatever that protocol is. I think there's like the Chrome DevTools protocol, CDP, and there's also a newer one. It's called WebDriver protocol, maybe something. Whichever one it is, the way it works is the browsers either started with a flag, the CLI flag, and passed a port, and then that port is the control port for it. That is in contrast to the how tools such as Live Server implement reloading, which is parsing before serving the file, the HTML file, they parse it, they inject a script tag into it, and that script tag initiates communication with the live server process via WebSockets.
Okay.
That also means that it's like no, I don't want to. I don't know whether it's like less reliable. I think the reliability can depend on the more on the server. But it's like it's not simple. It's hacky. We have a way to control browsers, so that would be generally preferable.
Yeah.
Want to take a turn as pilot?
Sure. Yeah.
I need to give you access to this repo because it's private.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Well, I think I never pushed. Oh, I did. Oh, I might have. I committed but never pushed. Yep. Yep. Okay. Now I've pushed to it. Let me add permission. Add people. There you are. Okay. You have access. And I need to give you a link to it as well, perhaps. Hold on. Okay. But you should be able to see it now in Molybdenum software.
Oh, okay. Let me just also share my screen. Yes. Wait, this one. Yeah. Okay. Let me quickly copy the envrc over here, maybe from html, and
Actually, use Nix instead of use Flake.
yeah, yes. Oh, okay. Just use Nix. Okay.
I made that optimization. I don't know whether that use Nix would be enough because that has an argument. Maybe it won't even go for a shell.nix.
So you think I have to add another Usenix?
I would guess so, but that's just a guess.
Okay. I could try. I could try not having it first. And yeah. Okay. Is there some way to test it? Do you have any package?
Is there anything in the shell?
Dev, dev. Is it in the? Should be in a make dev shell or something, or shell.nix. Yeah. Oh, there is nothing really.
There might not be anything in the shell yet.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Oh, there should be. Write files,
Write files.
which from your completion does not exist in the shell.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. We needed that twice.
The flake situation is like amusing and sad and useful. I end up having a flake, but then working around the flake, using it not really via the flake. Like I'm not really using it.
Right.
If I run nixflake check, I am. If I run nixflake show, I am. But the shell is not, and the whatever dev server we will end up, or like watching of tests, we end up explicitly using the flake.nix with traditional Nix.
Right. But the shell.nix is still calling built-ins.getFlake, so it's essentially still using. But yeah.
What is essentially what ends up calling?
So shell.nix calls built-ins.getFlake, if I'm not wrong.
I don't think so.
No.
No, I think it's all a shim.
Okay. Yeah, I have write files now. That's good. Now let me also. First, let me start the mob timer at least. Mob start.
Mob T.
Oh, mob T7. All right, the timer started. And let me add the nvarc to the exclude file and run. Awesome. So I can mob start now.
If you mob start there, you'd mob start against master.
Right.
And we don't even know what we're doing yet.
Yeah.
So just defer that, I suppose. Perhaps we can start with the name, the title I gave this thing. Thought about it for a while, and can you see the readme? Does the readme have anything?
Oh, okay. Readme. No, it's empty.
Nothing.
Nope.
Okay. Well, metadata file.
Metadata file.
Type in metadata.
Oh yeah. Okay. Metadata.nix. This one. Okay. Yes.
Do you see that markdown?
Markdown. Yes.
CLI for web development that watches source, invokes rebuild, statically serves, and triggers page reload.
Right.
So it's pronounced Wobissery.
Wobissery. Right.
I'm not sure it's the nicest name ever, but it's unique and it's pronounceable.
Yes.
And it doesn't sound terrible. It sounds interesting.
Right.
If you have better ideas, please let me know. But don't
I
think
think.
about it now.
Yeah. Yeah. Of course.
Sleep over it.
Yes.
So,
Okay. So,
how do you think this thing should be invoked?
well, I think we should get the last bit working first, the trigger page reload, and then after that, everything else becomes.
That's like, I want to know how it is invoked. The CLI invocation. What does that look like?
How it's invoked. I mean, it could just be a shell script wrapper, right? That just calls watch exec.
Whether it's shell or Go or Rust or JavaScript, how is it invoked? What are the arguments?
Right. The source, of course, and
I don't know. Is it, of course, isn't the source just the current directory?
oh, so you mean watching the entire root, project root? Or okay,
Maybe that's a good place to start. Maybe that's like the default. So it's maybe what to watch is like a flag that can be provided repeatedly. But we don't need to even implement that because initially the only feature is that it's not providable. No, it's just the current working directory. Or maybe it's the current working directory filtered by Git. Whatever Git tells you are the like files that Git knows of.
right.
Similar to flakes.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense, yes. And then we'll need a command, rebuild command.
Right. And is it a command or is it a command and a list of arguments? If we want to keep it simple as possible, then it's just a command. Does that make sense?
Yeah. It could just be the last argument, so whatever comes after that just is the command.
Well, the word just there is doing some heavy lifting because that would be more complex to implement. The simplest feature and the easiest to implement is that there are no arguments. It's just a command. And if the user wants that to be a call to some other with some arguments, then they would have to probably make a script
Okay.
And would that be a positional parameter? The command?
Yeah, perhaps, yes.
Do you get notifications for the timer?
Yeah, I do. I hear it in my headphones.
All right. So what do you have like two screens or?
Yeah, I have a monitor, yes. I'm sharing the entire screen of my monitor.
Okay, so when I see my screen or when
Uh-huh.
but no, in this platform, you don't
Oh,
need to stop sharing. So, but I need some sort of a signal that you have rotated.
okay.
So you can say rotated.
All right. Yeah, yeah. Rotated, yes.
Okay, here's my screen. Put this over here. Mob T7. That works. No, I don't know what we're working on exactly. So let's do start from master. That'll end up in mob session. It's like a special feature or legacy feature. I don't know what they call it over at Mob Town, Mob CLI Town. Here's the README. I don't know yet how we populate the README, but we can just do this manually. We could say something like that. Example invocation. Config metadata title. Title. Title will also be the. So maybe it's a positional parameter. The build command. As a pilot, I have the right to remain silent.
Right. Yeah. That's all we need for now, right? We just expect to watch the entire project root source. So all we need is a build command. This should suffice.
I think that would suffice if the no the directory that there's like a directory that is from the perspective of the build command, it's output directory path, and from the perspective of what Wabiracy, did I say that?
Wabi Siri.
Wabisari?
Yeah.
It is the served directory. And if we wanted these to like to be specified in one place, then that the build command would have to take that as an argument, because
Yes.
it is being called by Wobissery.
Yes. And yeah. So right. The 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 directory that the build command watches can be the first argument to obesity then.
Maybe it can be hard coded for now.
Yeah. The dot git directory, the directory that contains the dot git.
You mean it'll be resolved? No, we don't want to serve. Wait, why would you say that? That's like the Git top level. That's the term for that.
Yeah, the project root.
That is what we watch for changes.
Yes.
Okay, but we were talking about the
Serve.
serve the
Yeah.
output.
Yeah, that can be hard coded for now.
Okay. So that will, let's add a what am I doing? Dollar. This will watch the git tracked files
in the project
for changes. What's git files? Invoke the build command on change, passing out path it's passing, let's say, passing the out path.
Yeah.
Because the out path is also like it's hard coded to be resolved.
Right.
In my case, if you see your screen and my screen, that's how you know I've rotated it.
Yes.
If you see my screen, if you see my screen, if you see the endless screen of doom, the mirror world.
So we were here. We'll watch git tracked files, invoke the build command on change, passing the.
We don't want to use a term that we haven't defined.
Yeah.
Right. So let's define before the first sentence. Let's define a serve directory and make that emphasized, not code.
Oh.
It's like defining a term. Yeah. A serve directory will be resolved to, and maybe we can use like code form here, something like in angle brackets git top level slash, and that's outside the angle brackets slash serve. Period. A serve directory will be resolved to
And just
yeah.
keep, yeah.
We'll watch git tracked files will be watched.
Okay, git tracked files will be watched.
Watched. Period. On next sentence, instead of what we have there, on change, the build command will be invoked. With the serve directory. Let's say serve path, okay?
Okay.
And emphasize the entire term, serve path.
Serve path, something like this?
No, like human language.
Oh.
Both in the usage and the definition.
Uh-huh.
Instead of directory.
Right. That should do.
Yeah, we might not even need a term, I don't know. On change, the build command will be invoked with serve path without the word the, with serve path as an argument. As argument without an. It's kind of a
As
concise.
Yeah.
On change the period.
I can remove this.
Yes. We need to handle some like edge cases, but let's describe the happy path, right? When build command exits successfully, successfully. Well, what about the browser? So
yeah, that's now right.
Right. Let's talk about the browser.
Yeah.
We need to wait for the first invocation of the build command to exit successfully in order to launch the browser. We're not going to bother launching the browser before then. Is that correct? Because we don't yet know whether there's something useful to serve there. We don't even know that that directory exists. We could create it and it'll be empty and the browser will be like, hey, there's nothing here. That's pretty simple. Maybe we should do that. So let's do on line 18, a serve path will be resolved to and created. Okay. And then right after that, let's do a browser, as the second line, let's do something. Well, we have to decide what the details of a browser, like what do we like
Chromium.
provide. No, it's just like expected to exist in the path, right? Like Chromium.
Yeah, a Chromium-based browser is expected to. Oh no, but they
Let's
still.
make
Okay.
it simple, just Chromium, right? Like we can add more support later.
Oh, rotated.
Say it after you actually rotate.
Oh, okay. Rotated.
Okay. Let's say Chromium will be, or even more, will be launched. Well, we need like to say even before then, we need to say so, created and served statically served. Its contents, right?
But initially we have some default content.
Nothing, empty.
Okay, empty.
Does that make sense? Because
Yeah.
like contrary to the WebSocket approach, you don't need a script injected, so you control the actual browser
Yeah.
from outside of it, not from inside of it.
Right.
The Puppet approach, not the Alien approach. Served path will be resolved, created, and its contents served statically. Chromium will be launched with at I don't know, with that with
We don't have the path to launch, or we don't have a web server yet, right? So we don't have the.
here. Its contents served statically served.
Okay, right.
At we're going to do this, or localhost host. Why am I doing this? Localhost random ports or whatever, some port. Some available port.
Right.
At root, right? Now it's a URL.
Yes.
Okay. At that path, at that URL.
Yeah, with community.
With-
Yeah, with will be.
with that, yeah. Okay, now it's a paragraph.
Right.
Git dragged files will be watched. On change, the build command will be invoked with serve path as
Argument.
argument.
When build command exits successfully, we reload the tab, or we reload the tab that was launched.
The page reloads. I think that's it.
Yeah.
That's the happy path, right?
Yes.
Okay. What's it called? Yeah. Whatever.
Usage or
Usage
yeah,
good.
yeah. So are we expecting Chromium to be in the user's environment, or are we providing Chromium?
I think we can expect it to be.
Okay. Yeah, I think that should also be mentioned.
Well, I don't know. It's part of the happy path, right? Like we're saying Chromium will be launched. Like that's it. Not that, right? Like what would you expect if you read this?
In our next project, I would expect everything to be packaged. But
Well, that depends on the package, not on the program, right?
yeah,
Like the program doesn't package anything. Like there's well, typically programs don't package browsers, but a package of this program might.
right.
So we can leave that ambiguous, and that's like okay in that context, right? The user will, assume the worst, and like if it's a Nix package, then maybe.
Yeah. Okay. So we have the README. Looks good.
I think in the testing of this, I think I would make this and its tests in Rust. They would be async Rust, both the implementation and the tests.
Right.
And I would probably start with the test and like proceed test driven. And I think that this documentation is the only documentation that is needed for that feature, for this feature set. The rest is like details. That is like, it has to do with error handling, which does not necessarily need to be documented. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Right.
Perhaps we can include the title and the description in the README.
So you want me to add the title?
Or maybe, I don't know if the title, yeah, title.
And
And yeah, they're just a paragraph, which is literally the description, config metadata, description markdown.
Oh, the description. Okay, yes. Is it markdown dot description? Oh, it's description dot markdown. Description markdown.
And usage can maybe be an H2 without the colon.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it looks good.
Okay. Perhaps now a cargo init. Well, before that, we need the toolchain. So,
Yes.
well, the toolchain is going to come from the flake, from Nix. I wonder whether it would be in. I don't think it'll be in shell. I think we can make. Well, we make a flake part module called Rust, and put all the Rust things there.
Oh no. I shouldn't have it saved it. It's reloading the. Okay. Yeah. So we need a flake paths module. Call it rust.next.
Yeah, that seems right to me.
And what is it? What is it? So it takes some inputs.
What do we want to specify here? I think we want to specify a Rust package, right? So maybe something like per system pkgs packages dot default equals pkgs dot rust platform dot build rust package. Let's leave it blank for now.
Okay.
And we would also need per system make shell. Yes, there's a module here called make shell. and I believe it's like make shells. Maybe you can take an example from the. I don't know that there's anything. Maybe HTML has something because this doesn't have it. No, it should have something. Just search for make shells. There you go. That
Something like this.
make shells default packages. Actually, not packages. Instead, something like inputs from. Whatever that may be. Find out.
Yeah.
Try inputs from.
Yeah. Got yeah, and inputs from.
And that only value there would be config. No, actually not config. It'll be ps args.
PS args.
ps args.config.
Oh, you got yeah. Sorry, I think. Bob next. And rotate it.
I don't know that we have a function here. We probably have lib here somewhere. But yes, args.config.packages.default. And that would be here. In order to avoid using a config that is not the top level config. Okay, source equals, here's lib. Lib dot
Okay. Do you
file
have a
set.
top level lib argument, or is it just a per system argument?
Both.
Okay.
But since top level is always available, I have a habit of using it always from the same place. That way there's only one way to do it.
Right. Yeah. File set unions.
It's to source root is something like config dot outputs root path. This is a little trick because in this file is at the root, so you can do this and this file will always be in the root, so this is always correct, and then you have that argument everywhere. The root path is useful, and now you can move this file and you always have the root path in any Flake module.
Yeah.
File set lib file set unions, I suppose, like you said. What do you think this should be? Root path source.
Yeah.
Okay.
Source.
That's one.
Cargo normal.
Path. Wait. Plus. Cargo toml.
And cargo lock.
and cargo lock.
Yeah.
Should do the trick.
Mm-hmm. And also, instead of line number 17, instead of inputs from, shouldn't it just be packages? Because
No, you don't want the package itself in the shell.
you want the, okay, got it. Yeah. This is for the build tool chain.
You also probably want Rust Analyzer in the same version. And
Rust Analyzer, okay. It must, but that must be in the packages list, doesn't it?
no, you're right. Yeah. And Clippy. Took me a moment. I knew there was another one.
Mm-hmm.
Here it is. All right. Derenv and reload. Okay. Yeah, this fails to evaluate because there's no name. Well, I think it might obtain the name. So, but we do need, so let's comment this out. But then we don't have the tool chain.
Yep.
So what is it missing? Name. Name would be config metadata title. What now? Cargo hash, cargo vendor dir, cargo depths, cargo lock. I believe it's something like cargo lock something, don't remember. Cargo lock file?
Mm-hmm.
Cargo lock file.
Right. Cargo lock files, or lock file. Should be the path to the log file.
Root path.
Yeah, root path plus cargo.log.
What's that, dear Anvers? What's that error that you have there? No such file or directory.
Oh, it's trying to look.
Yeah, seems like it's an error in your dear Anvar C, first line.
Yeah, no, that file doesn't exist. Is what is complete. Oh, okay.
It exists and it has an error in the first line.
Yeah. Right. What is it? Why is it sourcing something? It's trying to source that path which doesn't exist.
Is it a link to the store?
I mean, this path doesn't exist, but It's
The
part of.
the
Oh,
dot.
you mean the .derivative? This one? Okay.
Yes.
I don't think so. No, it is not. I can just remove it.
You
It
could.
should be. Yeah.
Seems extraneous.
Yeah.
And if it's a home manager thing, then it'll be recreated
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. It's
sometime.
gone. This doesn't exist. I can just.
It's not checked in.
Yeah. We also did
Git
not.
add. Well, it's not created, so
Yeah. So I
touch
can
it.
just touch it. Yeah.
It'll still not exist though. You need to git add. You know git add intends to add?
Git add intent to add
It's a flag.
minus hyphen p.
Big
No, that
N.
is.
Either
Oh.
intent to add or big N.
Okay. Yeah. No. I don't know. But I don't think it was needed. Now it complains.
Oh, because we're not using the flake. It's not. Yeah. Okay. That's actually a nicer experience, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Where is that? Yeah, it's parsing the log file, and there's no package there.
Yeah.
There's nothing there.
I think
It's
we have
interesting.
to cargo init first.
Well,
Use.
yeah. So place temporarily place pkg's cargo explicitly in the shell packages. Not here. That's not from the same toolchain. If we want to
Right.
be pedantic about it.
Okay. I can just comment this and add cargo. And is just cargo enough, or
I
do I
think
need
cargo
this?
is enough.
Okay. All right. Cargo init. I can. Okay. That seems to have created cargo log, cargo toml source. Now I can go back to the rust.nix, get rid of this, and get rid of this, uncomment it, and then we reload, and hope it parses it now. Package missing. Oh, does the cargo toml does not have a package? Does.
Is there a cargo lock, or maybe
There is a cargo log. Oh, it's empty. I think because we touched it, did it not?
try cargo test?
Yeah, I shouldn't. I removed it. Removed cargo.
But it's there, right?
Because I did not. It did not reload.
Mm-hmm.
No, it is not there.
It's not
here.
there.
No.
Shouldn't it fall back to the last successful shell?
Yes.
Oh, maybe because there are multiple lines, whatever.
Yeah. Not sure. Cargo. Okay. Now I have cargo. So cargo test. Does that generate any cargo lock?
There's no diff. It's not checked in.
Right. Is there anything in cargo lock? Yeah, there is. Okay. So now Rust next. I'll just keep this commented. ToSource attribute, ToSource missing. What's it
Great.
called?
To source. Unless we're doing a cooking class.
Yeah.
It's missing an R.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Oh, that's
right.
incorrect spelling for sauce as well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I thought it was. Yeah, I. Yeah. Let me just rotate once. Okay, mob next.
Do we have a toolchain now?
I think so. Rotated.
Download some stuff. Cool. Okay.
Yeah, line number 28
Move
is not.
this.
Yeah.
Checks package. This args config packages default flake check. Write files. Next flake check. The README is strange. I think it should be this way. Write files. Flake check. There's no formatter for path cargo toml. What's the formatter for cargo toml?
Doesn't Rust.FIMT already do that also? No, that's okay.
Let me check. Do I know what file it's in? Modules. There's formatting toml sort. That's what I've been using there. Let's see what I've been using in statics. Statics. Flake parts. Formatting. Rust. Hold on, my dog is making noises. I'm back. What am I doing? Format tree
That's
font.
right there.
It's not here. Maybe it's in formatting. Formatting. Isn't the font? It's relative to this. Statics. Format. tree-fmt. Don't know what that is.
There's fmt.next, like path/fmt.next. Probably that has it.
That.
Yeah.
I think it's this. This snippet right here. Trifid programs. It's more general than Rust. Like we have Rust. We have TOML from Rust at the moment, but TOML is more general than that.
Yeah.
TOML is a generous format. Let's do a mob next. And then, what the heck is this? I think we have target. Let's do a git reset head tilde. And we need to ignore in Rust. I think it's not in persistem. Git ignore target. Is that right?
Yeah.
Didn't reload. Why don't we have git ignore? It is persistent. That's why. Write files. There. Now if we do mob next, git push force, and then nix_fmt, we'll see a change to the cargo tunnel. Okay, nix flake check. Don't know what that is. Failed to no format for main RS. Okay, yeah, we haven't hooked up formatter for Rust files. I'll be right back. You can see how I did that in. I think it's just something like Rust programs rust_fmt enabled.
Yeah. Yeah.
Be right back.
Okay. Oh, I don't have to write files here, so I don't have to do and reload. Okay. Yeah, cool. That works.
What's
Yeah.
up?
That's Nixflake check passes now.
Cool.
Yeah. I've added trust fund. Yeah.
Show us the show us the cargo toml.
Cargo Tomo.
Okay, let's make it version 000 to indicate that we're not going to use versioning at all. This will be straight out of head,
Yeah.
so it will always remain 000. Okay, cool. So show us the test file.
Sorry.
Show us the test file.
The test file?
Yeah, the cargo source test. What is it? There is no. It doesn't make a test file.
No.
Okay. Then make a tests directory. Put a file there. Call it I don't know. Call it end to end. End to end. I think so. That's nice.
Right.
And it happens to be that it so happens that the live server project, the PR that I have that we have made for it, with all those, it's literally the same path, end to end. I think it'll be a good start because it does something very similar. It has async. It has the browser testing the Chromium Oxide. It has some CLI related things.
Yeah.
Perhaps just smack it in here.
Right. I think it was the fork. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. PR. We need this. And take the end-to-end out of this. There's no copy button. Oh, this is copy for the path. Yeah, I'll just open the file, copy the file, and test end-to-end. Yeah, that's it. And I think we might need some dependencies.
Yes.
Type dependencies. Okay.
Well, the tooling will tell you what dependencies you need.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, you're trying to, yeah, do whatever it is you want to do.
Right. No, I mean, yeah, we can just write the tests, and it should tell us what dependencies to add. Yeah. Okay. So we need subject with fresh browser.
Well, let's go through this code top to bottom.
Yeah.
Oh, ignore the imports. With timeout seems like it's a useful thing to have. Subject with, we don't. So the only argument we'll have is like the build command. So maybe we can keep this as is, but also maybe somewhat taken ports is good. It's like a lazy lock mutex of b3 set these ports. Host can be that, I suppose. You've taken ports, lock it, get a new one, insert it, and then we have a port. Cargo bin exe. You see that it says live server? That's wrong.
Yeah. Okay. Rotate it. Okay.
So I'm going to add some of these. How does this work? Dev dependencies?
Yeah. Dev hyphen dependencies.
Right.
Yeah.
Chromium oxide. Semp file. Get port. Tokyo. What do you have here? It's a good start. This is wrong.
Yeah.
Kill and drop 2. There are no. Oh, what about for the port? We said it's not a flag. It's some port. It just
Some available port, yes.
So it's not an argument.
No.
Which means it's not here either. Kind of makes sense. Like why do we need all this? We don't need all that.
To avoid taking 2 available ports.
No,
Same
when the port is passed as a flag, yes. But when the program itself figures out the port
right.
and opens the browser for you at that port, we don't need this, right?
Yeah. No. Yeah, we don't.
So let's drop that.
So taken ports also goes away. The static.
And cargo toml doesn't have any of this get port stuff. We might need it later for actually getting it. No, I don't think so. That's a system call. We're actually binding to a port, not. So that seems right. Args is only the args with from the arguments. Spawn unwrap. I'm still failing here because I expect this to. I expect. Where's host coming from?
Host was hard-coded. We just removed it, localhost. Yeah.
These should be removed. Not host. But I'm still getting. Oh, that's better. Okay. And it does not. We do need to know the port. The test framework needs to know the port because the test framework needs to communicate with the browser as well to see that it did reload. So the command needs to also print that stood out possibly.
Right.
Perhaps, but but this is like motivated by tooling, but by testing, which is not ideal, is it?
Yeah. But don't we need the port even in well, not tests, that is when the user is using it, because
Not if it opens the browser for the user. We didn't,
uh,
in our README, we did not describe it will print the port.
no, but in order to open the browser, don't you need the port?
The program will obtain a port,
Okay.
right?
Oh yeah, right. Got it. Yeah.
But then how will the testing know that port?
So we could always hard code it for the test. The port that or
Hard
oh, but
coded?
it's okay. It's always okay. The program picks an available port, so we can't really.
Yes. So one option is that the program prints that port, and then the test parses it. This could also be a test-only thing. Like we set an environment variable that is only available in the test environment, and only then the program prints that port.
Yeah. Could be a verbose log flag.
A different option is that the port can be passed via an environment variable that is like secret. It may be available only when the program is compiled for testing, something like that. Does that make sense?
Right.
I think that's a good idea.
Like a test only env.
Say again?
Like an env that's only for the test. Uh, only for the test.
What do you call an env?
Environment variable.
Yes, an environment variable that will be populated by the test runner, by the test implementation, and when the program sees that environment variable, it does not pick a port at an available port. It picks that port.
Okay. Okay.
But I think that still has some like unsoundness to it, because that's not how ports are picked. Picking a port is like occurs between a process and the operating system. It's binding to a port, right? You can,
Right.
when you bind to port, I think the trick is binding to port 0. Will picks a port for you. The question is, after that's done, can the process find out the port that it ended up binding to?
Uh-huh. Right. So you're saying after it's spawned here, can we figure out the port?
Well, the test runner wouldn't be able to, not easily, but for example, let's say we will be using some some library that can do static, can be a static server easily. Like, what are we using in PR Tracker? I think we're using Axum. Can you
Yeah.
find out?
Okay.
Oh, Poem. That's what we're using there. Poem.
Oh,
Can you search for the docs of the Rust Crate Poem? API docs. Um, you see that TCP listener? Find that struct. It has a method bind. What does bind return?
oh, this one.
Returns a self. It takes an address, returns itself. So that's how you obtain one. And it implements the trait listener. Go to that trait.
It implements the trait listener. This one. Oh. Oh, you mean this one? Yeah.
Go to the trait.
Uh-huh. This one.
Yes.
Right.
Can it tell us the port, the address, something? Via the provided methods. You see on the left you have the provided methods. Click one. Click the first one. What's an Acme listener? Oh, I think it's for the purpose of...
It's the SSL sets.
Okay, so forget that. What is combined? So from these methods, it doesn't seem to be able to tell you what port it's listening on, is it?
No.
Go back to that, yeah. Back all the way back to TCP. What is it? Was it as an acceptor? Into acceptor.
This one.
Yeah. That, yeah, and the type acceptor. Okay. That's a type alias. Yeah, click that. Required methods local adder. You see the local adder?
Yeah.
Required method local adder. Returns the... So let's see what the local adder is. It derefs into an adder.
Yeah, sorry. I don't think I have any changes rotated.
Okay, I'm back. Mm, 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 mm. I was trying to docs rs phone,
Yeah.
and we were looking at. So we said we're going to obtain a server, but first we need a TCP listener. So in that case, you can get it'll implement listener, and listener can be consumed into an acceptor, and an acceptor can give you its local address, and a local address is an adder, public field, and whatever. it's two strs.
Yeah.
Those two strs, what are they?
Probably host and port.
Static. How can one of them be static? What is an internet socket address?
WebSocket.
Oh, that's the one we're looking for.
Okay.
Okay. And this is core net. So we can obtain the port eventually. Okay? I think we can obtain the port eventually. So in that case, the program will have to tell the test runner what the port is. And there are no, hold on. That's not correct at all. We're not talking about the port, the serving port. What we need to know is what port the browser will be listening on. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so all this was for nothing except for some education. And so this browser, in that case, when a browser starts, that's a bit more complex. Like, yes, sure, you can just tell the browser with the flag what port you want it to be debugged on, to be controlled on, right?
Right. Okay. Yeah, you were saying?
Okay, that sucks. But I'm back.
Yeah. Yeah.
So can you try Chromium help?
Right. Yeah, I can't access Chromium on my
Whatever. Chrome?
yeah,
What do you have?
yeah, Google Chrome works. Chromium is not supported on.
I see. And then we're going to have to from the start to. Oh well, we'll be using the Linux builder, I suppose, to test with. But we want to test not only in the builder, we want to test in your native shell.
Yeah.
Okay, so
What? It just opens the browser. There's no help.
try a man page.
Oh no. It doesn't stop.
Kill it.
Yeah. You mean just man? This? No manual entry? Right. Okay. That's strange.
So why can Google build Chrome for Mac OS and Chromium cannot?
Not sure. Could be.
Can you like dig into that a bit?
Okay. Yeah, I can check that. I mean, we could. I don't even know if Mix Packages has any.
Does Brew have Chromium?
Homebrew, Chromium.
Are
Brew
you
has
using Brew?
no.
It's deprecated. What's the? Can we see like what the deal is? What is ungoogled Chromium? Does Nix have that?
Yeah, Nix has that. Yes, I've seen it.
And is it also not on for Darwin?
Googled Chromium. No, it's not supported in Darwin, but it seems to exist on Homebrew, and it's only supported on Intel Mac. Looks like.
What's the deal? Like, and what do Mac OS users do when they need a Chromium? Like, I find it difficult. I can't imagine life without Chromium. Like, I don't get it.
Yeah, no, I haven't tried using the plain Chromium. But since I'm using Chromium-based browsers, I don't see why this should be a problem.
Right. So,
Yeah,
can you like Google
yeah,
around what is this?
Chromium Arch 64 Darwin. There is a package request.
Yeah, I want to see that. Has
Closed
16. Check
Chromium.
out some other. What is that?
That's a pull request. Init Chromium Darwin that was closed because I just tried it out. Why was it closed? Oh, I've opened this, simplifying this as much as possible in order to get it merged. But this was also closed. I don't have time to maintain this, so I'll host as a flake elsewhere and close the PR. This will be, there you go, it's a flake now.
What about the discussion? Skip Chromium for Nix on all apples, not just M1. Oh, that's not Nix packages.
Yeah, this is something else. There is a, but I think, let me go back to the issue package request. Why was this? Oh, it was just closed because, okay, Nix packages CI bot. Right. I think I can just use the flake in my configuration and have Chromium in my,
When's the last time that flake was updated?
let's see. I should have kept that open. Okay, here it is. 11 months ago. Yeah, that's old. What does it even do? Oh, it just, sorry, I think it's done. Rotate it.
Bin means it downloads the binary distribution. Something.
Yeah, that's it. It's so all we have to do is change the version, and it should. It's not building from source at least.
Well, doesn't that mean that you should be that it should be available to you from like wherever? Like you don't need the flake. You can get the browser, install it. It makes it seem like Chromium supports Mac OS.
Mm-hmm.
So if you go to like chromium.org, do you see a way to like get the browser for Mac OS? Okay, Chromium. The sources are here.
I don't think they host a binary. They probably just host the source. From the flake, it looked like the binary is coming from some Google storage.
Yeah, but there's, do you see the sections on the right?
Mm-hmm. On the right? Yeah.
For testers,
Maybe
there's the snapshots.
No.
What about confirm?
Installer.
So yeah, but what? So why okay? So Google Chrome is supported for. If you don't mind using it, seems like you already have it.
Yeah.
So can it not be used? What's the deal? Does it not support command line flags? Like what's going on?
Yeah. Not sure. It's not taking any command line, or it's not responding to help.
What about H? What about
No. Keeps opening the browser.
where does it point?
Yeah.
So this is from the Nix store.
Yeah. This is. That's a bash.
Okay. What's going on there?
Okay. exec. What? Yeah, it should accept args. Technically, assuming this package, this binary accepts it.
What is that space? Okay.
Yeah, it's just
Uh-huh. Can you No, I mean, you're right that it should pass on the arguments, right?
yeah.
So what? The macOS version of Google Chrome does not accept arguments? Is that what you're telling me?
Not sure.
Watch out, it has a space, yeah.
First, no, yeah.
Is that because it's already running in the background?
No, I don't have a Google Chrome running. I use for at least for joining to the stream, I use Brave browser, but regular
Uh-huh.
browsing I do with DuckDuckGo browser. So I don't have any Google Chrome.
Uh-huh. So what is your Chromium-based browser?
It's right now I'm for the streaming I'm using Brave, but yeah.
Does it take the help flag?
I can try. Applications. Brave.
It's not in your path?
No.
That's macOS doesn't work that way.
Yeah. Brave browser .app contents, I think Mac OS, and then Brave browser, and then help. Oh shit! This also opens a browser.
Well, there's an existing browser session there, so
Yeah.
Try something like, I don't know. Try going online and searching.
Yeah.
Brave browser arguments, CLI reference, Google Chrome CLI reference. Maybe we're missing something.
macOS maybe.
Why would it be different? What's the deal, right?
Open this. How do I use command line flags in Brave?
What is this? Support Brave app.
Opening Brave.
This is Windows.
This is Windows. But wait. Oh yeah, this is all Windows. What does this AI has to say?
What is open a yada yada args? What is?
This is the syntax. I think openness is a command line argument in macOS. Oh yeah, that opens the browser. But I think it's opening. So if I just say Google Chrome, I don't think it will work. Oh, it works. How? That's strange.
Because it's in your applications directory.
Is it? It's not here, no.
Oh, it's not. No, it's in the Nix store.
Yeah. But
how does it work then?
Is it in the root applications? No, it's not here as well. No, it's not here. Yeah, that's...
Okay, let's skip why does it this even?
Yeah.
And just try to pass the arguments through this.
Google Chrome, and then it said args, and I want to pass, I don't know, is it? No, that doesn't work.
Is that the invocation?
That's what it said. Args, incognito.
Try with Brave.
With Brave. Brave browse. Yeah, praise. No, just opens the browser.
The heck, man?
Yeah, I can. Think I will figure this out. But
Sure. Okay. I mean, there's a reasonable suggestion that you will figure it out some other time. Since we have a lot to do anyway.
yeah,
And what about this session? How long? What's your status?
uh, yeah, I think yeah, we can continue for a while, I guess, if you're okay. But
Yes. Yes.
yeah,
Okay. Then we can rotate.
okay.
Hope my browser doesn't crash again. So we wanted to see Chromium something like I have some completion for this.
Yeah, I think also your screen keeps loading. I don't see it.
It's not sharing.
That's yeah, the screen share just keeps loading for me.
How about
Yeah,
now?
now it works.
Okay. Here is a normal, I don't know, normal operating system. You help. So searching for port. Actually, I found that it's not here.
Mhm.
It's like oddly. Man Chromium. That's the same thing. I don't know why. It's kind of strange, right? But not all flags are here. Where? I mean, yes, this only describes, but not all of them. Is this like... Why do I get...
It's called remote debugging port or something, from if I recall.
Let's see how terrible Chromium is at this. Okay. Chromium CLI. There you go. There are command line switches Chromium and Chrome except in order to enable particular features modify otherwise default functionality. There's no list of all switches, but most existing switches can be found.
Mhm.
Sending you to some, you know what? I remember that. Sending you to some friggin' third-party blog. I remember this from years ago and it never changed. Look, macOS, quit any running instance of Chrome by navigating to Chrome quit. Run your favorite terminal application in the terminal. Run commands like below, replacing remote debugging port with any other command line switch you want to use.
Ah, yeah. So I think it doesn't. It just accepts it silently, whatever args you pass.
Or like accepts it even if it's wrong.
Yeah, it just ignores it if it's wrong, I think.
Chromium, no such arg.
Yeah.
Why? I mean, I don't know, maybe you want to parse HTML in a forgiving manner, but arguments to the process, like, okay. So also we can see that it does not tell us what the port is. I mean, I'm sorry, I don't know that. Maybe it does. Google Chromium, so Chromium browser, is it the same? Which Chromium? Well, that won't tell me that. Let's Chromium equals which Chromium real path Chromium. This what just happened here?
Can't convert to a string.
Record command string path. No. Chromium path. Oh, this one. Chromium bin Chromium. Does this also have what's going? Yeah. Okay. It has both. Okay. So Chromium, remote debugging port, whatever. We get no indication that that's like the port. What more flags are here? This is the canonical Peter Beverloo. I'll keep the rotation, freeze the rotation. Remote debugging address port. What about like verbose? Debugging. Debug print. I don't know. What is debug print? I don't see anything. Stood out. Stood air. Enable logging stood there. Show FPS counter. Enable logging.
Oh.
Maybe because it's maybe because we have an existing session. Reuse. Instance. Process per site. Instance process. Where's the flag for not reusing the same instance?
New, something new, I guess.
Bro,
There should be.
new. Chromium flag new instance. Ubuntu. User data dir. Okay. Let if I do this, make temp d. If I do that, it's a closure. How do I like execute the friggin' closure in line? You don't happen to know how to do that, do you?
Nope.
Execute. What if I do this? Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so can I do Chromium user data dir that, and then enable logging, right?
Mm-hmm.
That created a tab here. Wait, what? Is that? Do I need an equal sign here? That's better. And here's our logging.
Right.
So I think you should be able to do this as well, right? It's no difference.
Yeah. I think you can also try the remote debugging port.
Okay, hold on. Let me try that. Remote debugging port equals what?
9022
Something. DevTools listening on, but that's echoing it. Let's try without. I mean, no, that failed.
Yeah.
And what would it be? Enable remote debugging? Or just remote debugging? It's okay if like it doesn't. We have to, where is it? Debugging. Remote debugging. Address by port, socket, targets. So if we just provide a port, what about address?
I think that's just the host.
It's not turning it on without port, right?
Nope.
Okay.
Does the documentation mention that you need port?
What debugging?
Address.
Oh, look, there's a pipe. Pipe. Enable remote debug over std IO pipes. Socket name. Socket is much better.
Yeah, that's what I was going to suggest. Yeah.
We should definitely do this over sockets instead.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because then we don't have to worry about available ports or any
Yeah.
solutions.
100%. Rotate.
Yeah.
Rotated.
Yeah. Okay. Now let me try to start Chromium. Sorry, Google Chrome.
Oh, yeah. Well, sure.
Enable logging.
and user data dir. You can leave that part. User data dir equals make temp. Make temp with D, close that, and run it. That looks good. You have it.
Yeah. Oh God. Why it doesn't close when I ask it to close?
What? It has enhanced privacy.
Yeah.
Are you not pleased? Okay. So now that we know the controller via socket, there's no port involved. We can provide the socket. It is like private.
Yeah.
It's not sharing a namespace. We can make it like, we can obtain the socket using like a make a temp dir, right? Okay. Fine. Let's continue. Let's continue looking at the test infrastructure.
Oh, sorry.
Hey, is a question. Can we serve on a darn socket as well?
Serve?
Yeah, why don't we serve on a socket?
Yeah, we can serve on a socket, and you can always open the browser on that. You don't have to. Yeah. That's how I write tests mostly. I just use the Unix domain sockets throughout.
Okay. So let's take a look at the README again.
Oh yeah, just the README.
Okay. Create contents statically served at. Adjust this to say some socket.
Yeah, as far as I remember, you need this HTTP something, but after that it has to be the path. However, I'll just replace it with some socket for now, and we can.
No. Figure out what the URL will look like.
Right. Yeah, because I mean, I've written a test in Services Flake once that involved. I think it's Postgres.
Search for the word socket or Unix or whatever.
Unix socket. It's Unix socket. And it's in one of the test files, if I remember correctly. Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah. And
you have a URL here.
It looks like this. You pass Unix socket explicitly, but this URL is still expected to be there. Otherwise, it wouldn't work.
I see.
Yeah.
I don't quite understand how to interpret this URL.
Right. I don't know how to.
Oh, the socket is an additional argument to curl, but a browser doesn't have additional arguments. It has just a URL, right?
Right. I don't think you can just have Unix socket in the URL itself. I'm not sure, at least.
Ask. Yeah, find out.
Unix socket in, or rather, Unix.
Well, the question is whether a browser can make a request on a Unix socket.
Yeah. Can a browser make a request on Unix domain socket? Oh yeah. At least this one says most browsers do not currently support making requests using socket. Browsers typically can't communicate with them directly.
Okay, then forget this idea.
Yeah.
Back to the README.
Yeah.
Statically served at some available port. Chromium URL. Git tracked files will be watched. Okay. Test.
Okay. End to end.
Yeah. All right. So the host is correct. And here we need to. So a socket, a socket. That socket is determined by the just a moment. That socket is determined by the process at random, right?
But this port is supposed to be the port of the WebUCD, right? But
Well, the question is whether this function needs to return. It does not. It does not, because this is the address at which the browser will be opened. But our program opens the browser itself, so we don't need this.
right.
So this needs to return the subject and the socket through which we will the test will communicate with the browser. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Right. No changes. So rotate it.
Where am I? What do we call this? It's a two-way socket, right? Or like so any process, like if it's supposed to be a two-way socket, like and there are two members to this, right? The browser will read from it. It'll probably write to it as well. So like if we send a command to it from the test, we write to that socket from the test, our program will also receive that if it's reading from it.
Yeah. Assuming Chrome responds to it, to our requests on the socket.
Okay, so there will be a socket. What we call this socket? Debugging, remote debugging socket, or browser debugging socket, like that.
Yeah.
And we need to figure this out, right? Like, because this is like env browser debugging socket. This makes sense to you?
Yeah.
And then let browser debugging socket equals temp file. Maybe just temp file. Are we using this somewhere? What am I doing wrong here? It's a crate.
Right.
Why is it? Because, yeah, okay.
Yeah, you gotta use the functioner.
Then I can do that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. It can turn into a string, apparently, maybe. We'll see about that. Okay. A fresh browser should just work.
Okay.
This is coming from that. So we need futures. That's that. I don't think we will need this anymore. I don't think we need that. All right. So this is more like path. What? What do you mean not fine? Not found. Maybe it needs to be a named temp file. Does that make sense? Temp file. Temp file. Yeah. I think it's a named temp file. New in. You want it to have a suffix, like because it's a socket?
Yeah, .sock usually.
Is that a result by now? There you go. Okay, so that path, is that necessary or does that just happen? Seems like it's necessary. And that is the path. Actually, that's a socket that needs to remain alive. So here we return the socket, not the path. So that's the named temp file. Let me throw this here. Okay. Fresh browser. I think that's correct. Browser and its data dir, just to, keep it alive. Otherwise it gets collected. This is a utility for, let's review it later. This creates a fixture with like, the only thing you can change with this is like the title of the HTML file. I actually don't know that at this point, we don't need it to be an HTML file.
Yeah.
It can be a friggin' text file, right? But like, we also want to see that we are serving with correct MIME type. Is that right?
Yeah.
So
we
I
could just,
mm-hmm.
we could just keep it as HTML for now.
Mm-hmm.
Also.
Right, but I think we would need an explicit test for like, to see that it serves with the correct MIME type, for at least one or two files, to see that we get like text plain for one and HTML for another, something like that.
Yeah.
So
shouldn't the browser launch take this browser debugging socket, like the fresh browser?
Yes, the browser needs to know that, definitely.
Yeah.
So give us a to-do for MIME types, test MIME.
To-do for MIME types. I'll go.
It doesn't matter where.
Okay.
Test MIME types.
Test MIME types, yeah.
Okay, so pass accept the debugging socket. Wait, we're not starting a browser. Hold on. Our command starts the browser for us.
Yeah. So why do we need the fresh browser?
We don't. I don't think we do. Just nuke this.
Yeah. Okay. Fixture width, we can keep that. Page content is served. Page content is served.
So we get a
this one needs the socket. No.
That's top level.
Yeah.
That's test.
Yeah.
A test that page content is served. I think that's a good test to have, right? But at the moment, I think we want to just have one test that's called story or user story, right? That just is a series of assertions that does everything, and that's it. I think
this one just changes
that
to user story.
Yeah, user, because our story is pretty simple. We have very little things to. I don't know. Do you want to have multiple different tests? Cool. We already have multiple different tests, so maybe we should keep them.
Yeah. This will be browser it debugging for socket. And we need a way to talk to this socket. It's socket and not socket. Yeah. We need a way to communicate with the socket. And so
Perhaps we can restore the name of this test.
Okay. What was that? Yeah, page content is served. Yeah.
Okay. And wrap the session.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Okay. What do you think of our progress?
Well, yeah, I think it was good. Learned quite a bit about the browsers. Yeah.
I agree. I've learned a few things. I think we all also thought about the semantics of this program.
Yeah.
Can we see the README?
Mhm. Oh, you want to see the readme? Okay. Right.
And we thought about how we will test it.
Mhm.
We made a few changes to start implementing that.
Yeah.
And I think we have a solid plan of how to test it. Although I lack experience with this. No, we don't have yet. Like we didn't try to implement any of this control the browser stuff, right?
Yeah.
And that's where there might be a dragon hiding. We don't know yet.
Mhm.
We'll find out.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Thank you for watching. Good work, Shivaj.